What I'd like to look at now is how ArcNet can be a self-contained presentation tool. Um, and we do this using the thumbnails bar here and the play bar, or the play button here, which is what launches our slideshow. It's very simple to do. We simply add results to the thumbnails bar and then hit the play button. But let's look at it in a little more detail. So the thumbnails bar is also a way to preserve our results between searches. So let's say, for example, that, well, let's start here. I've done this and I've opened my search and something on featured in ArcNet has caught my eye. That's what we've put this here for. It's a way that we try to highlight things that we think might be of interest. So let's say this is kind of interesting. It looks almost like a sandcastle. I want to know more about it. I don't have time right now, so I will add it to my thumbnail bar. There are two ways to add it. One is drag and drop. We're all used to that. Drag and drop. You can add anything. You can add a file, Islamic Gardens presentation. You can add, let's add that, drag and drop. Or you can, and the other way to add them is by using the little plus sign, let's add a publication, which simply makes it jump up there. You can see it's there now, right? You can remove items. Let's say that I've added this and I decide I don't want that. I simply click it and it removes. Now let's add a video, etc. You can add as many items as you want. While I'm adding more, let's launch a search. Let's look for gardens, actually. And we'll look for all gardens, but we're going to look for images. Okay. Now, you can add as many items as you want. This will expand. I'm not sure. It expands as far. I've not run into a limit, so it just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. All right, so I found a bunch of images here. I'll pick some that I find interesting. Buggy Babur, that's certainly an interesting restoration project. So let's add some of that. Let's add this. Let's add this. Now let's go back to my search. Now let's search for something completely different. Now let's search for mosques. Well, we'll search for mosque. We'll search for the singular. Of the 16th to now, we'll also search for images again. But this time, let's say that we're going to be interested in mosques of a very specific region, North Africa. Search. All right, we've got quite a lot. I'm going to add, let's add a historic image, Tlemcen. Let's add a, this looks interesting, Alexandria, Egypt. And you'll see these are all up here. And the bar just keeps expanding. So now I've got quite a few results up there. Could add more. We can add less. We can take some away. Now my bar is completely full. And then we simply hit play. We can move back and forth using the arrows. Show caption. Adds the caption. This, of course, will only be, it won't be relevant for publications. It'll be relevant for videos and for images. To return to the video for a moment, you'll see how the video, going backwards, the video will play within the slideshow. And You can interact with any item in the slideshow just as you would the item as if it were you can by clicking on it you get taken to the item. So if it's an image you get taken to the image information. If it's a site you get taken to the site information. If it's a publication you get taken to the publication information. When you reach the end you get taken to a screen that lets you know you've reached the end. So for example, if when we click on let's actually do it with the publication so you can see how it I believe a publication is my next. Yep. So you get taken to a publication. And you can do all the things that you would do with publication. You can download it. You can download it by chapter, individual chapters. You can see all of the data. You can click through to the associated elements, the authors, the associated collections, the associated sites if there are any, etc. You can go back to the slideshow at any time. But when you click play, you do go back to the beginning. So that's a feature that we're working on, and we're thinking we will try and fix that. But you do go back to the beginning. So that is Slideshow. We hope it's helpful and useful to you, and we look forward to your comments.